I'm attempting to figure out how to stream to multiple different platforms. So I'm just seeing if this is actually working. It doesn't appear to be doing anything in the YouTubes, so I'm not sure if that's working. I think it's still working to Twitch. So yeah, this is basically, I'm testing stuff. Yeah, it's streaming in Twitch for sure. Let's see. Well, this seems to be working. I don't know if it's actually working on YouTube's though. I don't see my stream. Oh no, it is working. Yay! Okay. So I think I figured something out. That's good. Okay. Do I look from here? Not sure. I guess no. What I'm guessing is that I probably have to watch the stream comments from multiple different things in different windows. That's what I'm guessing. So it's working on there. Let's see if it's working on the Book of Face. We will see. Oh, apparently it's working. Hurrah! Okay. Okay. Good to know. I don't know if this is going to mess things up opening this. Okay, so I can actually, I guess, do this. Oh, this requires doing that. Okay, no, I'm not going to pay for that. No. No, I'll just keep them all separate, all the chats separate. Okay. Well, good to know anyway that it's at least working, kind of. Yeah, kind of working. I think I might only be able to see the Twitch chat on the video if it comes up. Just gonna move this here. Oh, hello. I'm just trying to figure out how to. Hello, you have arrived. I'm trying to figure out how to stream on multiple different platforms. And I think I figured it out kind of. And I hadn't really decided what I was going to do whether I was going to play something or just talk about LARP stuff. Unsure, to be frank. Oh. Wish you could help. I think I've managed to get it working, so it's all good. I'll just make myself bigger so you can see me better because I'm just in the corner there. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do now because I think I figured it out. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than that to get sorted, but apparently it's actually quite simple. Oh, I look like garbage because I just got home from work. And then I got rained on the way back. I'm just going to make myself small again. Small. Right, okay. So, I guess I'm just going to open up the other different platforms in the background in case I have... Oh, and I should probably mute myself. That would help. Just so I can keep an eye on chat. Is that working? I don't know if it's working on YouTube very well. Oh no, it is working. It's just a bit laggy. So we have YouTubes, we have Firstberg. Okay. Is it still going? Yes, it's still going. And we'll open that way, and we will mute so we don't end up with horrible sounds. Good idea. Right. Cool. Rain is good. I may be back soon. I must go. Good luck. Oh, thank you. Yes, rain is good. The plants like it, so okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I guess I could take a leaf out of Hefty Yeti's book and do kind of looking at LARP kits online as a thing, just because I don't really know what to do. It was mostly to test the multi-streaming thing. So how are we going to do this? We're going to go window capture, add source, and we are going to go to this, I guess. Yeah. I was looking on Etsy previously. Oh, we need to resize this. So I was thinking it might be nice to like promote some small businesses, and let's move this down. There we go. So I'll have a little look on Etsy and see if I can find some stuff. Obviously, I have been looking previously, as you can see up here, at some LARP equipment. I think I will actually do this. Put the Twitch chat on my phone. There we are. That should help. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I will have a look on here and try and get like a costume for, let's say, a ranger type person, because that's like quite an easy one to get for. And maybe we'll give ourselves a limit of like 150 or maybe 200, something like that. We'll go 150 for soft kit. We'll look on Etsy, because there's not only small businesses, but there are some of the bigger ones on here as well. So obviously you can get lots of things like armor and stuff on here, but it can be a bit more expensive. And I'd rather get armor that I know is going to fit me correctly. So for armor, I would say go somewhere and buy it directly from a stall, just so you can try it on, or have it made specifically for your size and give them proper measurements and everything. Those are interesting. I don't know if I'd wear them for LARP, but they're interesting. So for a ranger, let's put in LARP Ranger. Okay. So again, more armor. Interesting armor there. There was one thing that I saw yesterday when I was looking on here, which I think is this thing again. Oh, I've just closed it. That was clever. Just reopen tab, which is this, but it's a little bit out of the price range that we gave, but it is waterproof, so that's always interesting. But what you can do is you can actually buy waterproofer, like it's like a spray, and then you just spray it on something and it makes it waterproof. So what I would recommend is, if you're looking for something like that, we'll look for Larp Cloak, for instance. Now, cloaks are often going to be expensive because it's a lot of fabric. There's one here for 65, one here for 70. That one looks interesting. It's only 40. I think it's like a half length one, which actually works out quite well, because I always find that floor length capes and cloaks just end up getting caught on everything when you're out in the woods. So this one is actually pretty good. It says it's a steampunk one. I'm not sure about the ribbon. I think that would be a bit flimsy. You would probably want to replace that with like a cloak pin or something to pin it together. What actual fabric is it made of? Classic solid fabric. That does not really that doesn't really tell you what it's made of, does it? Is it wool? What is it? Oh, it's quite a thin fabric. It is quite a thin fabric. Look, you can tell. It's more of like a costumey Halloween costume. It would be okay for if you live in a warm environment, not a cold environment. So maybe not that one. I feel like giving myself a limit of 150 was a bit stretching it. This is like a very, very low budget for a LARP kit. This looks interesting. They're full length as well, by the looks of things. Or just past the knee. Flannel cloak. They look quite thick and quite full. So you got waist, so that's a shorter one. That's what the cheap price is. And it doesn't include a hood. So waist with a hood is 46. See, that's how it tricks you, this website, is it'll put the lowest price as the thing that you click on, and then you're like, if I want it with that, it puts the price up. But that's still a very good price. What is the actual fabric? Does it say flannel? So that's kind of I'm guessing not wool, but some kind of wool-like fabric. Probably got polyester in it, I'm guessing. Super soft and cozy flannel. I'm not even sure what flannel is classed as. What the actual what the strands? No, that's not the right word. The threads? I don't know. What flannel is made of? Not sure. Probably wool, I'm guessing. Anyway. But I mean, if it's flannel, it's going to be quite warm. And it's got all these different colours that you can go for. So I would say going for the, what is it, a hunter. So that's like £50 for a cloak. It's going to keep you warm. It looks like you can also get it with an extra trim if you want to, which probably adds a bit to it. Okay. Interesting. And this is Dragon Horde Creations, if anyone's wondering. I don't know who these people are. It looks like they're from New York. So getting it delivered to the UK would be tricky. But if you're from America, give it a look. But yeah, something like that could be good. We got, you see, I like these. I've seen these around on here before, and I'm very tempted to get one. They're like half capes, but they have a double layer on the shoulders, so it will probably keep you a little bit warmer, and keep the rain off a little bit better. And it has a hood, so you could easily just throw that on top of a tunic, or you know, a shirt and trousers, and it would instantly make it look more medievally. And the price is nice. Oops, I don't want to add it to basket. Whoops. I wouldn't just spend money on that. Never mind. But yeah, it's got a nice little clasp. I think I would probably change that clasp for something else because it looks a bit fiddly. Pointed hood. And this is the Caped Companion, and I think they make other capes as well. But I think they make longer ones, and different colours, velvet ones. I think they just make capes, so interesting. So yeah, you could go for that one, £32.80, and then you've got a little hood and a capelet thing. So I would say if you have something underneath that's warm, you'll be all right. But you might need a longer one if it's a really cold environment, or if you've not got much other layers. Something like this could be good. Interesting. Looks really cozy, actually. It's like a fleece, looks like. I really like these as well. Basically, this just this here is basically a blanket with a Pennantula brooch. So if you've got a wool blanket at home, or you can go to IKEA or something, some other random, you know, shop with blankets, get yourself a blanket, get yourself a Pennantula brooch, and just throw it on your shoulders. You've got a cloak. And that would be probably a bit cheaper than buying a specific cloak. So, for instance, let's have a look at some Pennantula brooches. There's loads on here. Pennantula brooch. I don't know if I spelled this right. I think it's not got two L's. Okay. Like lots of different styles. This one's kind of an elfy one. So if you wanted to be a ranger, that could be quite good. It's actually quite nice. Quite elfy. But yeah, there's loads on here. So you could just get one of these, get yourself a blanket, throw it around your shoulders, and you've got a... Oh, that's a really nice one. I like that. I think that's the same as this one over here. I think this must be a copy. So somebody's copied that design, which is a bit cheeky. Yeah, it looks like the same thing, same design. But yeah, you can get loads of these on here, and you can easily find them for cheap if you just get a, like this one for instance. It's not very fancy looking, it's just a very standard shape. That's really cool. I like that. But yeah, you can go fancy or you can go just very much bog standard. So yeah, let's have a look. It's just checking the stream there, so sorry if you just saw the behind the curtain, so to say. So this is a belt that I saw previously before the stream, which this is a really good price for a fantasy belt. It is vegan leather though, so if you have a problem with that because I know some people don't like using vegan leather because of often it's just basically plastic, so it doesn't last as long, and it's bad for the environment. But if you don't want to wear animal products, you know, that's also a thing. I see they've paired it here with a skirt hike. I love skirt hikes. They're so useful. Just use it to pull your skirts up so you don't step on them while you're walking through muddy fields. But yeah, so you can get it in black or brown, apparently. So that could be a good one as well. But you do have to kind of, if you've not used them before, you might need to get somebody to show you how to do it. It's fairly simple. All you do is put the end through the hole in the loop here, then it goes up behind and then around like that. Like if you're starting to tie a tie, I think it's a similar kind of thing. Yeah, so you just go up and around and down and pull it down, and then the weight of it will just keep it closed. Yeah, so that's one thing that I find takes a costume from basically just looking very standard and just like meh, to being an actual thing that somebody might wear, like an actual clothing, looking more realistic. This is a set that I found previously as well on here that is just basically a bunch of different items all in one, and I thought that was pretty cool. It is a bit over the limit, so this would be if you have already your soft kit, if you've already got like some trousers and a shirt or something that you can put this over, then you could get this maybe, and you'd have a couple of pouches. You've got a sword frog, it looks like there, scroll holder, potion bottle, I think that's a tankard strap, and a belt for it to all go on, which that price for all of that stuff is pretty good. Although it's not my personal style, but I tend to go for a lot of brown leather rather than black leather. And this is Crimson Chain, who are from, it doesn't say. I'm assuming they're from the US. That's my assumption. They have a few of these little different sets that you can have a look at. So it's like belts with accessories on it. I like this bag here. This is interesting. Ooh. You see, that's more my style. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, what was this one? Oh yeah, I was looking at tunics and kirtles and things. Yeah. Oh, and this is Bergschneider. Bergschneider is basically one of my favourite brands for LARP clothing, just because, first of all, their clothing is really nice. It's well made. Yes, it's factory made, but it's very sturdy. The fabric is all very nice. It's all hand dyed, I think, as well. And the designs are nice. The price is good. And also the customer service is really good. I had an issue with an order previously, and basically something arrived and it had a bit of a mark on it, because I think it was incorrectly dyed, or it was left in the sun or something, and it was slightly discoloured in one area, but I didn't really mind it too much. But they still knocked off some money off of the order for me, which I thought was really good customer service. And they said, yeah, it actually ends up cheaper for them because they don't have to deal with all the returns and stuff. So, yeah, I was quite happy with it. They seem like a nice bunch. And I've never had things take too long to get to me as well. When I've ordered from them, they've always been very prompt. I've always ordered through their website though. I've not ordered from them through Etsy before, so I don't know what their Etsy store's like. I can't imagine it would be much different. And I think the prices are the same. But yeah, this one, for instance, is a really nice tunic, which I think would be great for a lot of different characters, or even monstering characters. You could use it as a base for a lot of different things, but they have a lot of different styles. So, like they have full long dresses like this as well. And that's like a really good price for a long dress, and the fabric is always really nice, like heavy fabric. do like little vest things. They do trousers as well. Basically, I just really like their store. Like, a lot of my stuff is from Bergschneider. Like, the quality is good. Again, we were looking at hoods before. Something like this would be really good for like a medieval or Viking type character. They have like coats as well. If you prefer like a wraparound coat like this, that looks quite cozy. It's wool. And again, the price is pretty decent. The good thing about a coat, wearing a coat instead of a like a cloak or something, is that it's not going to get caught on the branches and stuff if you're running through the woods. So there is that. Right, I haven't actually chosen anything for my list, have I? So I think what I'll do is I will choose I'll choose something for like a men's outfit and something for a women's outfit. Or I could do one for unisex. So one that anybody could wear. That could work. So for instance, there's this short tunic. And it has quite a range of sizes, so that could work for a lot of things. Got green, grey, and white. So yeah, tunic could work. And it's £40. So their cut is a little strange. Oh, I found them okay. They're just the sizes are a little bit oversized, I think. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, you've had to exchange a few items in the past. I've never had to exchange anything. I only had the issue with well, actually, I've had a couple of issues. One issue was on the first thing I ordered from them, which is that the sizing was fine on me, except I'm quite short, and they make they make the kirtles like really, really long. So I guess it's good for the tall people, but like it would have been ridiculously long, so I had to rehem it. But I was going to anyway because I was going to add a trim to the bottom, so it didn't make too much of a difference. And the second time was the issue with the dyeing. There was like a issue with the dye, or it somehow faded or something, but they gave me a partial refund for that, so very good with it. Yes, yeah, they are good with customer service, I think. But yeah, I'm trying to find kind of an outfit for a ranger type person. I'm trying to build one from Etsy stuff. Oh, why have I got? Oh, I thought it was on the website then, the Bergschneider website. They've just got what are those things called? A cover for it. I don't want to do the whole thing from Bergschneider though, even though they are really good, because I'm not I'm not sponsored or anything. I don't want people to think I'm like overly biased. This thing's interesting. I'm not sure if it's really fit, if the buttons really fit with Ranger aesthetic, to be honest though. I would probably take them off and put toggles or something. They look a bit too fancy shiny for Ranger. Oops, sorry, just ignore that. Whoop. So yeah, I would probably get that and then get a blanket from somewhere. You could buy them secondhand from a charity shop. Get an old blanket. Get one of these Pennantula brooches. There's loads of them, and put that round yourself. Chows, yeah, Chows is on Etsy as well. I could have a look on there. Fell and Fair stuff looks good, but a little pricey. Yeah, slowly started to learn the art of modding kit. Yeah, I have always sewn, and I do stuff like embroidery, and I sew some of my own clothes. Um, but yeah, so a big part of things is getting something very standard like this, something very kind of plain, and then you could do so much with that. Like if you wanted to, you could add like lacing here if you wanted to. You could add a trim around the whole top of it. You could add trim on the sleeves or the bottom, or the sleeves and the bottom. You could add fur to the sleeves, be really fancy. You could do like beadwork if that's something you're into. As soon as I find someone who crafts, I throw my stuff at them to work their magic. Yeah, I sometimes do embroidery for people. I've done a couple of things. Um, let's see if I can find actually. I'll just go on to my Insta because I think I've got some of my embroidery on there, though it might be a while ago, or do I not have it on here? I might not have. I may not have logged in. We'll see. But not now. Okay, right. Let's see, how far down do we have to go? Probably quite far. Okay. Oh yeah, this is something I've done, but you can't really see the finished. Oh, this is the finished one. This is my leaf cape that I made, and that's it finished. It's like leaves, and it took a really long time. It's made of leather, and it has lights in it. It lights up. Because I'm that extra. This is something I embroidered. So this is again from Bergschneider, and this is actually, see if I can find the exact tunic. See, it was a fantasy one. I think it's the one that she's wearing underneath this. Where is it? They might not actually have it on here for sale. Not sure. Not sure. Oh, it's this one, but not in blue. It's this one. So it looks like that. And it's, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Yeah, and it's like, and then I've put this embroidery over the top. Do I take commissions? I haven't taken commissions for embroidery, but I do make stuff. So I probably could. I don't really know how I would price it though, because I've not really done embroidery as a like a job. And it does take me a really long time because it's all hand embroidery, so you would have to be okay with it taking a long time. I'll try and find another bit that I did for a friend, which I actually I didn't charge them or anything. It was just, for fun. Oh, that's one thing I did, which is like a tree. And then this is something I did for a friend at Larp. Would it be okay for PMing me? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And then this is another one that I did for a different friend. Yeah, and that's another thing. Similar design to the other one. It's not finished at this point. I think that's it finished. I wish I didn't cut it out though, because it looks kind of dumb. It looks silly cut out. I wish I'd just left it as a square. Uh, but yeah, but they get more and more rubbish. This was not supposed to look like a weed leaf, by the way. It was supposed to be a maple leaf, and it just ended up looking like a weed. A weed. Oh my god, I'm so old. So yeah, so that happened. But yeah, so you can like take things like that. Oh, and also there's like I do this as well. Let me see. I can show you. Like I make these things like it's like a friendship bracelet kind of. But it's a good way to make like a essentially a string. So you can, if you've got like something that ties up with strings, you can replace all the strings on it with your own strings. Your Insta link on your Twitch profile is broken. Oh no. I will try and fix that. Just give me one moment. I'll try and fix it on my phone. 2 ticks. Uh, uh, do do do. Thank you for telling me. User not found. Oh, okay. That is weird. That is very weird. Um, okay, well, I'll figure this out. Insta. I will just do it this way. So this is the link. So it's Grey Witch Emporium. It's obviously Instagram.com, and then it's Grey Witch Emporium. Do, 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 do. I don't know if I can change it on. I'll try and go into Twitch and do it on here. So it didn't let me do it on my phone. This is gonna get a bit confusing. I don't actually remember where I change it. Is it in here? I don't know what I'm doing. Settings? Maybe it's settings? Channel. No, I don't want to go in there. Go back. Notifications. Connections. That's probably where it is. No, it's not in here. Yeah, I'm old, so I get confused with these things. Okay. Oh no, what am I doing? And I've just closed Twitch. So okay, if you were saying anything, but by the way, just then, I probably missed you. Oh no. We don't want to hear myself through the phone. Oh my god, the chaotic energy. It's real. It's real. Maybe I should go this way. Energy, it's real. It's real. Okay. Just witness me having a mental breakdown here. Um, Okay. How do mute? Mute there. Okay. Right. Right. Fun. We all have fun here. Going to have to close my chat there because I don't want that coming up. Right. Yeah, I don't know how to put my Insta, how to update it. I can't remember how to do it. Unless it's in here. Maybe it isn't here. But that's the thing. That's the link. uh, yeah. Oh dear. Right, I need to reopen the chat again because my thing is. There we go. That's better. Losing the will to live. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to fix that later because I can't remember how to do it. How to put my Twitch, not my Twitch, my Insta into my Twitch thing. Yeah, don't remember. Okay, so going back to what we were doing, I was trying to make a outfit, and let's see. So you could have basically any of these shirts as a shirt, as a base layer. So something like that could be good. And a lot of this stuff is very unisex, and I think men can wear dresses anyway, especially in LARP. Like, if a man's gonna wear a dress anywhere in LARP, you're not gonna be judged. You know, not that we should judge people for wearing dresses, whoever they are. Just wear what you want, wear what you're comfortable with. If you want to wear a dress, that's cool. Just make sure it looks good. I like this item. You're not going to be judged, you're going to be encouraged. Yes, that's the right attitude. I really like this because it's got like a hood built into it, so you could have this with maybe like a little blouse underneath or something, some leggings, and then you're pretty much good to go. I think they do something like this in a wool as well, because I think this is like a linen. But they do a couple of different ones. But yeah, this is the fantasy section, so it's not based on any historical stuff, but they have like Viking, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so you could have something from here ranging from about, you're looking about 40 quid for a top. So if we were going to limit ourselves to 150, that leaves us with 110 for everything else. I recommend that everybody should have walking boots, and even if it's not even for LARP, just generally to walk around, walking boots are great. Just make sure they don't have any bright colours on them. And yeah, get a blanket from a charity shop. probably cost you a couple of quid, maybe a fiver or something, tenner. Get one of these. Some of these are quite cheap. Like, get a nice one for like 15 quid or something. You're looking just under 100 quid left. Maybe, let's see, trousers, Larp. Let's look for some Larp trousers. I just recently got some new trousers actually from Dark Blade, and I really like them. They're so comfortable. They're like hero pants, and they're stripy, and they're kind of like these, but more big. Sealskin socks, yes, absolutely. All the socks. It is a kind of, it's become a bit of a cliche when people are asking about what they need to take to LARP, but it's a cliche for a reason. You need to take socks. Socks important. If you think you've got enough, you probably haven't got enough. These are interesting. They're like lace up the front. It looks a bit indecent. I don't know if I would wear those, to be honest. They're interesting though. They looks like they're elasticated. Linen. They look nice. Linen Viking trousers. These are also quite easy to make. I might make some Rust trousers at some point and do a little tutorial. Oh, here we go. Chow's Emporium. Let's have a look at Chow's. Why not? Yeah, I've actually got 2 pairs of sealskins. you take spare ones and throw them at people. Yeah, I take 2 pairs. I have like one that's like slightly longer and one that's shorter. And I generally, what I'll do is I'll wear the shorter one for like the first day, and then if it's a multi-day event, and then I'll wear the longer ones later on if I've got like the battle or something. I'll if it's really dry day, I will not wear them because I find that they tend to trap the moisture in, and you'll be like, well, I'm not getting wet feet from outside, but my feet are sweating, and then you end up with blisters. So only wear sealskins if your feet are wet because of outside damp, not from inside damp, because you don't want it to trap the moisture in. Suede trousers, they'll be easy to get right. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go for leather trousers as a newbie kind of idea. I would always go with something that's washable because you can't really wash suede. Not really. You can clean it kind of, but you can't put it in the washing machine. Something like this, you can just throw it in the washing machine. These have got like a nice little detailing on the side. The only problem I find with Chow's, it's really nice stuff, it's really nice quality, but because it's very distinctive, people, if you've got an entire outfit made of Chow's stuff, people will know immediately, oh, that's Chow's, that's from Chow's, which I find that can be a little bit immersion breaking because you're just like, oh, that's from this specific LARP seller. Like things like these hoods, for instance, they're really nice, but they're a very particular style, and they all look that very particular way. So unless you're going to get everybody in your group to all wear the same hood that has the same style and have that be like your uniform, I'd be like, maybe no. I would rather get something a bit more standard. Like, this is interesting. It's got a few interesting details, but it's more standard rather than having all these weird details. And then just mix up the materials a bit. Yeah, they are all made from similar fabric. Yeah, you can spot it. I mean, it's nice. It's all well made. It's nice looking. But I wouldn't go out with head to toe chows because you would just look like you got your whole costume from chows, and it's yeah, it doesn't look like as it's weird because it's very particular. It's just because it's a very particular style, I think. And if you've been around a few LARPs, you're like, oh, I know exactly where that's from. I know exactly where this is from. It's like a bit like as well the Mythalon Abraxas cape hood thing. They can look really good if you alter them a bit or if you style them differently, but you can tell them a mile off. You can see them and go, I know where that's from because it's a very specific silhouette. You can't wash suede. Looks at the handful mud stains up the sides. Darn right. I missed that comment. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. These are quite nice. Viking trousers, but you might not want the poofy trouser. You might want straight-legged ones. These ones are poofy but without the straight bit at the bottom, so like loose fitting. I always like loose fitting trousers over anything else. Oh, those are quite nice. Where are they from? Oh, Thala Craft. I don't know where they're from. Never heard of them. Oh, they're from Poland. Wisła. I wonder where Wisła is. Wisła. I'll have to ask Jacob. It's my other half. He's from Poland. In Elk. The anvil cut. I haven't mentioned the anvil cut yet. So with the anvil cut, basically, that comes from the suggestion that if you go to anvil, you should probably wear a slightly different cut than you would have in the medieval times, so you wouldn't have anything floor length because the mud at anvil is generally there's a lot of it. Yeah, you're likely to get mud on everything, no matter what you wear, to be honest. But in particular, if you wear like floor length stuff, it's not a great idea. And it's not just at anvil; it's at other LARPs as well. You should probably try and get the anvil cut, which is basically just like, I guess, just below the knee, kind of. I was showing on my leg, but you can't see from there. It's below the table. Like, yeah, so it's like just below the knee, maybe a little bit longer, or yeah, I suppose it depends how tall you are, but but yeah, so as long as your clothes aren't dragging in the mud, you should be good. And that's why I would suggest, rather than where was it? Oh, I already got rid of it. Rather than going and getting a fancy cloak that's like floor length, just get a blanket and get a Pennantula brooch and put that around yourself, because it's not going to drag in the mud as much, and you can kind of control how far up on your shoulders. Like, I can show with a blanket. I actually have many blankets in this very room. I'm just gonna ooch the computer forward slightly. So I have a blanket here. It's not really appropriate for Larp, but you can kind of, when you put a blanket around to make it into a right, this is the long bit. You put the long bit around you, right? And you can actually even turn it into a hooded one if you put it over your head. So you do that, you put your brooch there, and you can kind of ooch it all over your shoulder, like pull it up like that, pull it up, and that gives you more warmth because it traps more air inside the blanket. You see, I look like an absolute nutter putting this over myself, but you can kind of ooch the blanket up over your shoulders, and you've got all this extra comfiness inside. And you can kind of control the length of it that way. So you would like take a bunch of bits, fold it on one side, fold it on the other, and then Pennantula brooch there to kind of control. I'm not really showing very well, but you have a little bit more control over the length of it if you use a blanket over an actual cloak. Of course, if you want to go for a cloak, that's fine, and just get one that's a bit shorter. Don't go for a floor length one, because not only will it get really muddy, but it will get caught on all of the forest. So yeah, not a great idea. But yeah, so you could go for some trousers from here, tunic from somewhere like Bergschneider. I wonder if Mythalon actually has an Etsy. I think a lot of the Larp sellers do. Maybe they don't. It gave me some interesting results. I think those are some resellers. But yeah, Chow's is good. Just you have to be okay with having a particular style, and I would go with, if I get anything from Chow's. I haven't actually bought anything from Chow's before, but I have tried on some things at the store that they have at Empire. I would probably go with something like this, and because it's quite simple, although I don't really like these little sleeve details. Not sure about that. That's just a stylistic choice. Or I'd go with some simple Viking trousers. Find the simplest thing that they have. I think that's the same thing, but just in slightly shorter and with slightly different sleeves. Yeah, I'd probably get this from here if I was going to get anything from Chow's, and then I would maybe add some different detailing around the collar and the cuffs here just to fancy it up a bit. Maybe add some fur along the bottom even. But this is more of a Wintermark style kind of thing. I wouldn't really wear this for my Navarre character. It's not really. Well, I suppose it could be. It could be Navarre. It just depends how you accessorized it. But yeah. So we've had a look at some shirts, trousers, Pennantula brooch, and made the suggestion of the blanket cloak, which, to be honest, can be better than a real cloak because I think they're warmer because it's a blanket. I actually have some army surplus blankets, which are like really, really thick and very, very comfy and warm. So you can put, they're quite heavy though, that's the only problem. But you could put one of those around you as a cloak if you wanted to. What else am I going to look for? Footwear is a hard one because I usually will just wear walking boots. I have really weird shaped feet. weird thing to say, I know, on a stream, but I have like, it's hard to find shoes for me because my feet are really small but wide, and I have really thin heels and like quite high arches. And I just find that no shoes fit me anywhere because my feet are just weird. Obviously, my feet are not like anybody else's. So I would either have to get my shoes made for me by somebody, or I just end up wearing walking boots. But walking boots is totally fine, and I always say that kind of the costuming ends kind of at the ankles. So um, if people are complaining to you about your shoes, then they're actually breaking rules. Most LARPs will say you don't judge other people's costumes. I spend um, all weekend on my feet, so they have to be comfy. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to have trench foot. You don't want to have poorly feet. You want to be comfortable. And if you can walk, then you can fight. If you can't walk, you can't fight. So there's that. um, so I would generally go with getting comfortable walking boots. Try and find them in a brown colour. If they've got any bright coloured things on them, you can maybe paint over them, or you can um if it's like a little tag or something, you can cut the tag off if there's like things that you can remove without damaging the shoe. Um, but yeah, any bright colours just avoid, and go for brown walking boots preferably. Um, but ones that you know that you're going to be comfortable in all weekend. Add some seal skins, which people go, oh, that's quite expensive for a pair of socks, but it is so worth it, and they do actually last a really long time. So I would recommend. I think, to be honest, they last longer than normal socks. So um, I've probably saved money on them in the long run by buying them instead of buying um, extra socks just for LARP, you know. So yeah, and they're warm and nice. But like I say, I would recommend having not only your silk skins but also having some other socks that are for days when it's dry, because like I say, they tend to trap the moisture in for me, which is not ideal. So if you have after a long day your feet might sweat a bit, you yeah, your socks might actually not be ideal if you wear them all the time in dry weather. I have 20 pairs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of sealskins. Wow. Yeah, I only have two pairs. Um, and I generally will wear I'll wear one pair the first day, and then I'll wear the other pair the second day, and on the third day I will take the first pair and I'll wear them again, but I'll wear like a thin pair of socks underneath, which actually is quite nice because it like gives you an extra layer of warmth. But that's just how I do it. I probably will invest in another pair of sealskins at some point, just so I can have three pairs for for the entirety of the thing. Um, but uh, but yeah, and I also take extra socks for days when it's dry because I find them a little a bit too warm on warm days. Maybe that's a good way of saying. But yeah, so a good thing, we were talking about footwear. Going back to footwear, a good thing that you can do is I don't know if Chow's actually does them, but you can get, let's see, they've got everything sectioned over here. Oh, leg wraps are a good one. leg wraps. You can get leg wraps and put them, cover your shoes a little bit with your leg wraps if you wanted to. It would make them a little bit lumpy. Usually they just put them over their leg, not on the actual shoe itself, but you could do that. There's no reason why it wouldn't work, really. I don't know. I don't really wear leg. I don't really wear leg wraps. It's more of a marcher thing, I think. But you could go with Gators. So you have. That's not Gators. Is that what they're called? Let's go Larp. Gators Larp. That might work. Here we go. So something like these. Oh, this is a pattern, so you can make your own. That's actually kind of cool. I might save this for later because because reasons. Yeah. So it's just the front section, so it leaves the back open, which is interesting. I kind of like that it leaves the back open. It would be a bit more ventilated that way. But yeah, so you have like little straps like that, and then a strap that goes under the shoe. And yeah, I might have to make a pair of them. But if you're not a person who makes stuff, where were we? Up here. Then something. What the heck is that? Roof painted. What? Okay. Right. So, so some of these end up being pricey because they are real leather. But you can get cheaper ones as well. These ones are fleece, which I actually have some next to me. These ones are short ones. These are really simple. They're like this shape, like that, and you just wrap it over the top of your shoe, and these strings go around, and it covers your shoe up. But it's like a velvet kind of color, a velvet material, and it's two colors, so it's like you can flip them over. Found them in a charity shop of all places, but I was thinking of actually copying the shape and like making some out of leather, so I may do that at some point. But yeah, these ones are fleece, which means that they would be quite warm, but it looks like they've got elastic at the bottom, which I don't know how well that would survive in a LARP. I'm not a fan of these press button things, so I wouldn't go for something like this. As well, because it doesn't look like it's very adjustable. So there's that. These are cool, but again, pricey. I'm trying to look for something that's a bit more accessible to maybe newbie people. These are quite nice, and you can choose whether you want them to lace up or have leather straps in the back. I don't know why they've paired them with these high heels, though. Please don't wear high heels to the field. You will break your ankles. I mean, like, you do you, but I would not wear heels. Please don't ever wear heels, because you'll make the first aiders cry if you wear those. But the Gators are nice. So you can get them in a few different colours. This is Crusader Armory. I don't know this company. I don't know how. There's another Polish one in Fort Warsaw. Ah, interesting. There's quite a lot of Polish LARP crafting places. They do nice belts here as well, it looks like. I wouldn't ever wear anything with spikes on. This is a big no-no. Never wear spikes to a LARP. You won't be able to wear those to LARP. You'll be told to remove them because they'll damage weapons if somebody tries to hit them. Yeah, you would not be able to wear that at a LARP. So it would be completely inappropriate. Not only for the you might damage weapons standpoint, but also if you accidentally bump into somebody and you stab them with your spiky arm thing, not great. I suppose there are probably some non-contact LARPs you could wear that to, but just don't. Just don't. Better not. These are cool though. What else have we got? Let's have a look. See if we've got something. Oh, antique ones. That's interesting. Antique Gators. Look how destroyed they are. Wow, they've seen some things. Oh, World War One even, not World War Two. Wow, that's kind of cool though. Swiss Army Gators. Right, so Felt Gators, 1910. Wow, they're actually in really good condition as for something from 1910. Sometimes you do get vintage stuff on here, which is interesting. Even something like this, these are just canvas ones. They could work. I mean, they're a little bit too modern, to be honest, but they would cover your shoes. And you could maybe wear leg wraps over them as well to further disguise things. Ooh, those are some nice socks. Hand knitted. Oh, they're not socks. They're leg warmers. Whoa, that's a look. I thought they were gonna be just hand knitted stockings. These are quite nice, but again, not really appropriate for a newbie. Price wise. Yeah, there's not really a huge amount of choice on here for newbie people. You could try Dark Blade. I don't know if Dark Blade has an Etsy. Dark Blade. They may not. Dark Blade Larp. This is where I got some of my leather stuff from recently. So I got a belt and some pouches and stuff. I know they do Gators here. And their quality is good. So let's have a look at actually what was the okay, so I might have to actually look at the products up here. Products. Miscellaneous? No, not miscellaneous. Leg armor. It might be in leg armor. No, it's not in leg armor. I know they do Gators because I bought some from them. Here we go. These are the ones I got, but they're reduced because they had a quality issue with some of them. So you could get these, and they're reduced ones. One thing I will say is these are the ones I have, and they are the size that they are. If you're a large chunky like me, your legs might not fit in them, so they're more for like thin-legged people. If you've got big chunky chonkers, I've always had quite big calves, so yeah, my legs don't fit into the stuff. This is what happens when you horse ride for a large amount of your life, and then a lot of your hobbies involve you walking around a lot. So, oh, so they only have those ones then. I guess they only have those ones. They might be making new ones after these ones all go. They're probably trying to get rid of all the stock first before they redesign them or something. But yeah, something like this could be good because you can just put them over your normal shoes. I also got some of these trousers because they're fun. But yeah, we were mostly looking on Etsy though, so see if I can find any Gators. We did find one pair, but trying to give people a little bit more of a variety of things to look at. See, when I look on here, it thinks that Gators are face coverings. It looks like Gators aren't face coverings. Let's try boot covers. That might work. Boot covers. See, this is giving me a little bit more of a choice. See, these ones are quite good. I don't like the look of the elastic underneath, and you would have to be okay with it being more of a pirate aesthetic. But that's an option. Of course, you could also do what I would probably do and make your own. By essentially taking, you can basically make Gators out of any boots that have like any brown boots. You can just basically chop the top off the boots and then add a strap. Like you could take these and turn them into Gators if you wanted to, or any leather boot. You could just basically cut the top of the boot off, add a strap, and then there you go. If you wanted to wear more comfortable boots underneath, you know, walking boots or something. Which I think I may end up doing that with some of my old boots that I had. I used to wear them for Larp, but they got destroyed by Anvil. And I think part of the heel is like been ripped off, or the sole has been ripped off by the Anvil mud. But I might turn the tops of the boots into Gators. So see, a lot of this is just showing me cuffs for like in Native American boots, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Larp boot covers. So I think boot covers, not going to really find as much on Etsy, looks like. I would go to a specific Larp site for those. Maybe Mythalon might have them. I'll have a look on Mythalon quickly. That is another site that I recommend their stuff. I like Bergschneider, Mythalon, Dark Blade. They're all good. One thing I will say is if you plan on buying anything from any of those sites, go to the site directly. Don't go through a reseller, because there are certain resellers which basically they're just a bunch of crooks. They're just a bunch of they'll just steal your money essentially and then not send you the item. It's there are certain. Can I say the name, or is that slander? The Schmeiking Schmop. Yeah. Oh no, the Schmeiking Schmore. Yeah, the Schmeiking Schmore. Don't go to the Schmeiking Schmore. um, yeah, like how you know exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, they just basically scam you. Don't go with them. Oh, and if you go onto the Mythalon store, it will all be in German, but you can just up here it says English, and you can change it or to Italian if you want to. So let's see. Do we have boot covers? We want boot covers. Maybe greaves might work. They might have them in there. If you can go to the physical store, they're all right, and you can leave with items. Yeah. They don't say, okay, give me the money. Right, give me the item back. Get out of my shop. I think they would probably, they probably get some kind of issues from people if that happened. Yeah, we ordered some things from them when I was quite new to LARP, and I've had bad experiences. My other half's had bad experiences, and I know other people who've had bad experiences. And it's just gotten to the point where it's like, yeah, I just don't trust them as a company. Yeah. Yeah, I just wish I'd never gone with them, because you look at the prices on there and the amount of different things that they have, like the range of stuff they have on the website, and it's very much, oh, this seems too good to be true, and that's because it is. So so I would always recommend going directly to the person who makes the item, so directly to Mythalon or to Epic Armory or to Bergschneider or whoever makes the item. Yeah. So, you could go for like some metal greaves. Those would be fairly cheap. As for oh wait, we were doing Ranger, so maybe not metal. Do they have any leather? Or did I look? Oh, I'm looking in plate armor. That's why. Okay. We want leather items. So let's see. Greaves. Sometimes they put boot covers in with the greaves, so I would always recommend going with boot covers rather than greaves, just because it's a little they're a little bit more comfortable, I think. But you can also use greaves if you want to just have it as being part of your armor. You could even go with these padded ones and just put that on top. They're dead cheap. I think those ones may be a child size though. I'm not sure. I've not got any of the padded armor from Mythalon, so not sure. Always check the sizing. They've usually got a size chart somewhere on here, which I'm not seeing right now. Compare? No. Length. It's got the length. It doesn't have like the diameter. I guess because they are basically drop shipping. Yeah. Which that's fine. It's fine to do drop shipping if you actually end up with the customer getting the items. But if they don't, yeah, I had one issue where basically they didn't send me the item, and my other half he ordered something and it took them ages to send it, and by the time they were ready to send the items, he had to change the address because we moved house. So we said, oh, this is the new address, please send it to this address. And they said, oh, that's fine, we've sent it to that address. They confirmed that they'd sent it, and they confirmed it with our correct address. And then they sent it to our old address, so which is in Peterborough, which is like miles away. So so basically somebody did like actually take it into the building, so somebody else got our item, and then we had to get our friend from Peterborough to go and ask him, can we have the item please? And yeah, so it was a bit annoying really. And then I think when we got it, it was they'd sent us a different item anyway. So not only had we waited, like I think we waited 8 months to a year or something, and then they sent it to the wrong place after confirming that they'd sent it to the correct place, and then we got it and we're like, this is a different item. So I think we just ended up sending it back and going, yeah, we want our money back. And I think it took a while for him to get his money back. So I just yeah, I don't recommend, let's put it that way. But yeah, apparently they are okay if you go into the store directly. So if you like the store, the actual physical shop, that's fine. Go to the physical shop. And yeah, I'm wondering if people who go into the shop and like actually berate them for how badly the online service is, because the online service is just not great. I said I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, yes they do. Yes they do. Yeah. These are quite nice. I somehow think that they probably would not fit a big range of sizes though. But you could put those easily. You could put those over your boots, or these ones over your boots, and it would cover them up so they don't look quite as modern. So now we have looked and we've found it was what, around 40 for a shirt, around the same for some trousers, and you can get this one for 11.90 euros. I can never figure out euros. It's probably about a tenner. Or this one is nice as well for 30. So that's probably about, I don't know, 25, 27, something like that. I've walked in on a customer in full flow at them once. Oh, I feel kind of bad for the people in the shop because I don't think the people in the shop actually have anything to do with the website. I think the website is run by a different team of people. Or just not run. They just don't run it. Don't give a monkeys. Oh, don't. That's fair enough then. I've not actually been to the shop, so I don't know what they're like in there. but I'm not going to recommend them for sure. I would recommend, if you want to go and have a more of a shopping experience, going in and looking at things and trying stuff on, go to if you're going to a big event like Empire, or even some of the smaller large events like Fools and Heroes. They usually have a couple of people selling stuff. I don't know about CP or any of those ones because I've not been. I've only been to Fools and Heroes and Empire as festival Larps. So, but yeah, I would recommend going to the sellers that are in the field and get. And it's actually quite nice to go and get stuff while you're there because you remember it as being part of that event. It kind of links back to the event for you, so you get a nice experience that way. One thing I don't know is whether they up the prices a little bit if you are buying from an event rather than online, you know. Or you could do what I do, which is look at the stuff, try on the sizes, and then order online later. um, you could try that. Yeah. What's your game in? Oh yeah, yeah. I've not been to What's Your Game. I have heard of it, and I think I know a couple of people who've been. Um, but yeah, get like game events where they just have a lot of different uh LARP clothing creators. What is the word? uh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of going at some point to one of these. I'm not sure which is the one I was thinking of going, whether it's What's Your Game or a different one, but there's one not too far from me, I think. Um bringing more and more back home by train. Yeah, you end up like a pack mule. Um yeah, I often, because I don't drive, I often go to LARPs by train. Um and you do get some funny looks with your multiple bags, different weapons and funny shaped bags and elf ear hanging off and like you know, face paint all smudged all over yourself. People do look at you a bit strangely, but that's half the fun, I think. Eventually, I do want to actually get my car sorted, and well, actually, I want to take a van. I want to get a van, and that way I can take my big tent because I've last year I bought a in character tent and it's amazing, but it's enormous and it's really heavy. There's absolutely no way I could take it on public transport, and I would feel guilty taking it in someone else's vehicle just because it's really heavy and it takes up a lot of space. So not really fair for somebody if I was to just say I'm gonna put this giant tent in here and all of my kit as well. So yeah, I need to like sort my own transport out. Hydration important. That's another tip. Have something. Oh, that's something we can look for. We can look for some kind of in character drinking vessel because this is something that will. It's not something that necessarily you think about, but you will when you have it, you'll be like, I needed this. I needed to have this, and it improves your game. It's like a it very much feels like um more immersion. It gives you more immersion if you have something like a drinking vessel for LARP. So you could go with a tankard. And what I like to do is have a tankard or a cup with a tankard strap and just hang it off my belt. So these ones are quite nice. You can get something like this. You can get like tankards if you go to a charity shop. You can get tankards like this, or like this. Maybe not like this. This one's quite nice, but you wouldn't find that in a charity shop. Making tankard straps as we speak. Love tankard straps. Love me a tankard strap. I also sometimes I use my tankard strap as a skirt hike. You can just like pull your if you get the ones that are like a loop that kind of reattaches to itself, if that makes sense. It like has a popper and you like pop it onto itself. You can pull your skirt up and then like hold it in place with the tankard strap and it just holds it there for you. Just a little tip. So if you do end up going with a with a long skirt, sorry, you can shorten it by using a tankard strap or a skirt hike. Yeah. You drove home in full kit, Navari, face and wig. I see animated meeting over fried chicken to the confusion about the customers. So it's part of the rules. You have to go and have a greasy kind of you know, fast food meal on the way back from Larp. It just replenishes you, you know, get that greasy food in you. You see, with LARP, I wouldn't ever go with something where it's like a recognizable symbol like this or like this. Chicken of thousand spices. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like tankards. This is a nice cup. I often pick up cups and tankards at charity shops because you can get them for a couple of pounds. So that's what I would recommend doing, and then getting something like this tankard strap. I wouldn't get one that's just got a button, so that would probably come open. But like for instance, Tankard Strap. Yeah, something like this. Or like this one. I was looking at the belt on this before as well. So something like that. And just put a nice tankard or a cup that you've sourced from a charity shop secondhand. Or you can get, if you want to carry water with you, you could get a sort of an icy water bottle. Obviously, if you need to you should carry water with you everywhere anyway, and you should carry water definitely onto the battle with you. So if you've got water hidden away in a bag and it's in a plastic bottle, nobody should ever tell you you can't drink that because it doesn't look in character. Because you need to have water. You need water to live. I'm sorry, but you need water to live. It doesn't matter if you're just going to take a drink, put it back together, put the lid back on and shove it back in your bag, and nobody's going to see it when it's in your bag. If that's what you have to do in order to stay hydrated, please do it. Don't let people say, "Oh, that doesn't look very in character. It's a plastic bottle." Who cares? You need to drink water. Water important. Yes, hydration very important. And if any, and also there are people who go around with big bottles of water to hydrate people, but I think with after COVID, it may be a little bit different with how people hydrate you. So maybe they will be saying, okay, you can take the water from the bottle if we put from one bottle into another bottle that you have. So you'll have to take your own receptacle, whether it's a cup or like a bottle of some kind. But yeah, there'll always be people with water, but sometimes they're far away, so you might want to bring your own, or also just to avoid other people's germs in general. And I think in whenever we do eventually have LARP again, I think they will have more things in place to keep people safe. As well, because everybody ends up getting LARP lurgy anyway, because you know that somebody's come to LARP who has the flu, has a cold, has stomach flu, and just came anyway because they're like, oh, I've spent the money, or oh, I don't want to cancel because people think I'm going. If you're sick, please don't come to LARP. We do not want to be sick either. just stay at home. Like, don't. There's no need for you to come in if you're poorly. Please stay at home. Get better. We don't want your sickness. Thank you. We don't want LARP lurgy. But yes, I think if people are not sharing the same bottle, it'll avoid LARP lurgy a little bit. So something like, let's see, a water bottle, and we'll put LARP on the end. Okay, so these are like containers for water bottles. This is nice. It's a little bit pricey for a newbie, but it's nice. You could go for something like this. That's actually a really good price for that. But again, these are just like extra things that you can add into your costume to give it something extra. But I always would suggest having some kind of a receptacle, if not a water bottle. Something like this would do. That's quite cheap. Could use this. I have actually got one of these. Not this exact one, but a similar one. You can get them in a funny shape. And it holds a litre of water. Yeah, they do leak. Mine leaks. So you have to be kind of aware of that they do leak. Yeah. These are mostly potion bottles and bottle holders. With anything like this, you have to be careful with them because if they are glass bottles, if you fall on that, it will break and you might hurt yourself or somebody else. So I would never really want to take a glass bottle, at least out into a battle. You might be all right just milling about in the main anvil field, or if not anvil, then if you're at a different LARP, wherever your encampment is, you might be all right milling about with a glass bottle, but I wouldn't suggest going onto a battle with a glass bottle. I would go with plastic. And you do get some plastic bottles that look quite good. Like you can make them look quite as long as they don't look obvious, like they're funny shaped like this, and they don't have like plastic printed stuff on them, branding. Wait, what am I doing? Press the wrong button. Okay, so double water skin with feathers. Interesting. It's giving me some post-apocalyptic stuff as well. I do want to do a post-apocalyptic lark at some lark. Post-apocalyptic. Can't talk today. Post-apocalyptic larp. I can't talk. I've had a long day. I've been at work, so. But yeah, even if you just went like with something like this, you could get a piece of leather and sew yourself a little cover. Just make a little cylinder and a circle. That's basically all it would need to be, and then put some holes in, put a strip at the top, and like weave it through the holes, and just like then drawstring it. You know, if you know how to sew, you could just basically, like for instance, if this was a piece of leather, which it is, but this is the laptop cover. You basically just take a piece like that and make it into a cylinder, sew up the side, put a circle, sew, turn it inside out so that the seam's on the inside, put holes in the top, drawstring, pull it tight. There you go. It's covered over, and you could put any bottle into it, and it doesn't matter. So yeah, if you can find just a piece of leather, or even just a piece of fabric, it doesn't have to be leather even, it can just be like a nice piece of fabric. Go to a charity shop, buy some old bed sheets or a tablecloth or a cushion cover or something like that. You can get some nice thick material from cushion covers and repurpose it into a little cover for a water bottle. Very important to have something that you can drink out of. This is nice. I'm gonna have a look at that actually. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this is a similar idea they've had here, that you can just cover it over. You can just make it into a, doesn't even have to be cylinder. It can be any shape. But yeah, so what else? I'm not going to go into weapons because I think that weapons, you either need to find somewhere to make them specifically for you, for your character, which is what I like to do, is I like to make my own, or you need to go somewhere and test a bunch of weapons out, feel how heavy they are, feel them, feel the size of them, see how long they are, and just like give them a go and see if you like them. And you can also, it's very easy to for things to be misleading on the internet with like the quality. So I would always suggest going to one of the actual stalls at the LARP that you're going to, test out some weapons that they've got there, and you can actually feel the quality rather than ordering online and not seeing the quality. I'm just checking to see if I have any comments on my Facebook or on here. I do not. That's good. So I didn't miss anything, because I'm always worried that I've missed somebody and they think that I'm ignoring them. But all good. So yeah, tankard or a water bottle. I was making fun of my own accent there. A tankard or a water bottle. And you can just make your own little cover if you don't want to spend a lot of money on it. And then you've pretty much got an entire outfit. Yeah. Belt, you can either use a belt, you can find a lot of belts in charity shops, or you can get something like the one we found earlier, which was I probably won't be able to find it again now. It was this one, which they also had a Tankard Strap that you can get. It's like this. This one's fairly cheap. The only thing is that it's vegan leather. I don't like vegan leather personally, but if you're going with finding something that's quite cheap, could be what you go for. This one looks really nice. If you wanted something a little bit pricier with real leather, looks like real leather. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, that's basically how I would construct a very basic ranger outfit, I guess. Something very simple. And mostly I would go with like soft kits and then maybe later on add a few bits of leather armor on top as you acquire stuff. Hello.
Want anything from the shop?
Do I want anything from the shop?
Thanks, I don't have it earlier today, so.
No. No, thank you.
Go to the shop.
You right?
Yeah, just tired. I'm sorry.
Tired.
Cut myself again.
You cut yourself.
Constantly. Every day.
You know, if you need to talk to somebody, I'm here.
Just it, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Cutting myself. You're like, thanks for the new, yeah? See you in a bit then.
See you in a bit. Okay, so, yeah. Sorry for the occasional stream inception. These belts are quite good because they actually have pockets on the belt, but you wouldn't be able to add anything else onto it though. That's the only thing. Pouches are always really good, and you can generally get pouches really cheaply actually at the event. There's usually people selling pouches, but just for a go, we'll have a look at what's available on here. I actually make my own pouches for Larp. This one seems to use a similar technique to mine. I don't charge that much for mine though. They only have one picture. I think they have more pattern pieces though. I think they use 5. I think it's 5-sided. In fact, I'll go onto my store if I can. Can I go onto my store from here? My profile. I don't really want to like advertise my shop too much, to be honest, because I feel like that's cheating a bit. But oh, I don't have any on here anyway because I need to renew them. So there we go. But yeah, this is my shop, which has nothing in it at the moment because I forgot to renew everything. But yeah, I do pouches similar, I guess, to this one. Except I do designs on the front. So I do pyrography and draw little designs on them, and you can like choose your design that you want. But yeah, so pouches are a good way to also customize your character's outfit and make it a little bit more different. Something like this is quite good because it has like a little design on it. It looks kind of cool. But it's also just as valid to have something like this, which is very plain. And you can just put your coins in it or whatever. I actually really like having a big pouch. I like having a big pouch for resource things, you know, like fizz reps and stuff. Oh, this is a nice one. Not sure about the price though. I don't know about spending that much for small, because I think they look quite small. A small pouch. Especially if you're new. That is really nice. That looks really well made. I made my first leather pouch as a gift for someone. Dead proud of it. I'll see if I can find one of my pouches to show. One moment. Oh, there's one here. Because I keep my jaw harp in it. So I make these. So it's like this, and you can fit a lot of stuff in them. Like they're really big inside. They don't look like they're too big, but there is actually quite a lot of room in there, and they fold up quite small if you want to make them small, like that. And they just have like a little drawstring in the top. And what I like about this way of making them is you can make it so that like the bottom of it, if it's full of stuff, it's easier. You can make the bottom of it kind of flat, so it just kind of sits. Struggling to find suede pouch material to make more. I like to use basically it's material that would have been used. It's been thrown away essentially from sofa manufacturers. If you find any, the area where I live in, they actually make a lot of furniture around here. So if you find anywhere that makes furniture, ask them if they have any offcuts that are just gonna be thrown away, or if they don't want to give you stuff, sometimes you can go bin diving if you're not averse to that. And they often will throw out a lot of stuff that they can't use it because it's like small pieces to them because they're making an entire sofa. But for you, it's like that amount of leather. If I bought that online, it would cost a lot of money. I'm quite lucky because one of the people I live with, he actually works at one of these companies. I used to work there as well, and my boyfriend also used to work there. He works somewhere else now. But yeah, so we managed to get a lot of free material from them because they were like, oh, we're not using this specific shade of this specific material, this specific leather because it's discontinued, or there's a small mark over here, so we can't use it at all. So they would just throw it in the bin and be like, yoink, taking that. And yeah, we've gotten a lot of leather. Like we have piles and piles of it that way. So that's my suggestion, is to find a furniture manufacturer for sofas and things like that and see if they have anything that they throw away. Because yeah, they usually don't care, to be honest. But yeah, pro tip. Yeah, so oh, and by the way, the pattern for you for this one is really easy. It's just 4 different pieces of leather. So if you wanted to make your own pouches, pouches are very simple to make. So if you were going to try and craft something and you're new to crafting, a pouch is a really good idea for a first project. Maybe not this particular pattern, because it's got 4 pieces rather than 2. A lot of pouches, like I think this one is just a piece that's then folded over and then sewn down these sides. Or this is just 2 pieces laid on top of each other and then sewn. This is 4 pieces, so if I turn it inside out, you can kind of see how it is. So it's like this shape, like an arrow kind of, and then you make 4 of them and you sew down one side on these 2 pieces and do the same on the other 2 pieces, and then you have to kind of attach both of them together like that. So you sew around all the way around, and that's the hard bit, is when you attach them both together. So like, because you have to go over this bit. And then you turn it all the way around like so. You put holes in the top, which you can only really do that if it's leather. If you do that with normal fabric, it will fray unless you make like little buttonhole stitches around. So you can do it with leather though. Just put holes and then a strip of leather. Done. Easy. So and you can make as many of them as you like then. Yeah, but that's my big coin pouch pattern that I use, because it gives you more space inside. You can like put your entire hand in there, and like yeah, it's good for if you have a lot of larger items. If you just want something like a coin pouch, something like that could work. You could if you just want a little pouch, it doesn't even have to be a Larp pouch. It can be something. I mean, here you go. We've got leather ones as well here. This one's dead cheap. That one's dead cheap. And then you got some. I wouldn't get those because they've got a zip. That's pretty. It's got bunnies on it. Oh yeah, they're tarot card ones. So like a tarot card bag could work for a coin pouch. So tarot bag. You see? Lots of options. These are a bit more sort of fancy looking even. So if you wanted just a little coin pouch to keep your coins inside your bag, you can use one of those. Yeah. These are really nice actually, with the embroidery on them. Yeah. So costume staples. You want a tunic or a shirt of some kind. You want a pair of trousers. You want a nice, good, sturdy pair of shoes that you can walk in for a long time without them breaking or leaking too much. You want a pair of sealskins. You want to get yourself a blanket and a Pennantula brooch to make a cloak, or get yourself a cloak if you want to get yourself a cloak. Or you can, instead of getting a cloak, you can get a little jackety thing. Jackets can be better because they don't catch on like the trees and stuff. If that kind of stuff would annoy you. You want to get a belt, and you want to get a tankard or a water bottle of some kind, and a pouch. And that's basically the staple things that you'll probably need. You don't need a weapon at the start. You can borrow weapons if you need to. If you want to get a weapon, get one at the event. That's my advice. I think I'm going to leave the stream there. And I'll probably try and have a look at some other aesthetics and maybe try and find I don't know, a fantasy costume for if money was not a problem. You know, if money is not an object, what would you go for? I might do that next time. So go for like the super extra costume, that is not a beginner level. Or maybe I'll go for intermediate and then go for like super extra next time. Yes, thank you for hanging out with me, Blue Frog. It's been nice chatting, and I'll be around. Yeah, take care and stay safe. Bye.